If you're looking for an area broker who can sell your properties fast, you found one, call LeJoy. In the last 12 months, I've sold over 40 properties for one lender. And they can tell you, the asset managers can tell you why they have given me those properties. I can dispose of those properties fast, in record time, and for top dollar. Many times we're able to get multiple offers on those properties. Here are the reasons why. First of all, BPO. When I do a BPO, I make sure that it's accurate. I'm not going to give you a BPO that is way off, right? That's what you want. You want accurate BPOs so that when you put the property in the market or when you assign this listing to me, make sure that it meets the market's needs, okay, what the buyers want. And guess what? I price it so that you're going to have multiple offers on the property. That's one reason. You want to have somebody who is very good at appraising your property. Okay, that's me. We have a team that can do that for you. Number two, basically asset preservation. That is very important. You see, I've seen many agents that have properties, and as soon as they get properties, and guess what? It's a bank-owned property. Everybody knows it's a bank-owned property. Why? Because the grass is that tall and it's dry and all that kind of stuff. We don't let that happen. The first thing we do, of course, we go to the property, make sure that we check the occupancy, make sure that it's occupied. If it's occupied by who? Is it occupied by a tenant or is it occupied by the owner? Many reasons, and you know that. Okay, and once we ascertain that, then guess what? We're going to rekey the property. We're going to make sure that we negotiate the cash or keys for you in a fast and timely manner. Okay, and so once we have access to the property, now we can do that BPO and stuff. And then once we do the BPO, we can start to preserve that property, trash out the property so that it basically is clean. It doesn't look like a bank-owned property. If there's yard work to be done, we'll make sure that it's done in a timely fashion. Those are the two things. The first one, of course, is the BPO. Okay, of course, the BPO comes before the asset preservation or before the rekey of the property and stuff. Those are two. Let's talk to you about number three. The third reason why we're able to sell these properties fast is because of marketing. I have a vast experience in marketing, and I've done it since 1995. We can do online marketing as well as offline marketing. Offline marketing, we do open houses for bank-owned properties. We do open houses. I can mobilize agents. They fight over who should do an open house. Yes, that's very important. I wanted to fight over it so that they can bring a buyer quickly. Online, we do all kinds of stuff. We have to do a V flyer, which is a virtual flyer. And now we have to market a property on Craigslist. And we have to market it on other websites like Zillow, Trulia, and of course on the MLS. It's very, very powerful. Marketing is one thing that we pride ourselves in being experts in, and internet marketing and also offline marketing. Of course, when it comes to internet expertise, you can count on us. We know how to do those keywords and how to even create websites just for your property. Right? Websites for your property so that it has maximum exposure. When it comes to marketing, online and offline, no one beats us. That's reason number three. Now let's talk about reason number four, why I think basically we're able to sell those properties fast and the asset managers are telling us we rock. They're telling me I rock. Now let me talk to you about reason number four, smooth escrows. What is the point of determining the occupancy status of a property? Okay, doing cash for keys and cleaning up the property and of course marketing it and doing an accurate BPO and getting an offer on the property if you cannot sell it or escrow cannot close. Of course, we have established solid relationships with different escrow companies, either the ones that are signed by the bank or the ones that we know ourselves that come to us. So a smooth escrow is very important. Why? Before I accept any offer or I recommend for an offer to be accepted, I make sure that the buyer is solidly qualified to buy that property. If they say they're buying it all cash, I gotta make sure that they're buying it all cash. They need to provide proof of funds. They're not faking their stuff and say, okay, they're buying all cash, but then guess what happens? They gotta get a loan later. No, I have to make sure I gotta talk to the buyer or the buyer's agent to make sure that they have the funds that they say they do have. If they're doing a loan, of course, we're gonna make sure that they either go through a pre-qualification process by the lender that's designated by our client. Or I gotta make sure that I pre-approve them myself so that I know that they're really solid and they're not gonna fall out of escrow. Like I said, most times we have multiple offers. So I don't wanna accept one offer only to realize later that buyer cannot perform. So smooth escrow is very important. That's why we're basically boast as being one of the best. Or I know, most of the properties that I've sold for the bank, I would say 99.9 have closed on time. So that's a big thing there, a smooth escrow. The last thing I want to talk about is, of course, our people. Okay, so we have like 30 agents here in this office, and all the agents are really anxious to make sure that properties are sold on time. Okay, so as soon as the property becomes available to us, what happens is that agents will say, Paul, can I do this for you? What can I do? They want me to delegate responsibilities to them, and they're able to expedite those responsibilities and execute those tasks in a timely manner. So that's very important, right? So I've talked about, being able to sell your properties. I've sold this for other banks, and I believe I can sell it for you. To find out more details about our ability, my ability, as well as the ability of my staff, go to www.pacreo.net. www.pacreo.net. Thank you so much. This is Paul LeJoy, your real estate broker in the Bay Area. I can sell your properties fast. Thank you.